everyone. It's Matt.
And this is Lucas,
And this is Thanks for Playing.
the podcast where we break down the most iconic video games the world has to offer.
Ho! Woo! Let's fucking go. Oh man, I gotta open with just a little tidbit from today that was crazy. I'm apparently very easily having my mind read lately because I was climbing today and I was talking to my buddy, my climbing friend Casper. Shout out Casper if he listens. I think he might sometimes. And we're talking about Baldur's Gate. He's like, "Hey,
Ooh.
what?" And for context, he had previously guessed that I was a Sheik main in Smash.
Wow.
And so he's like, "Hey, let me try and guess your Baldur's Gate party." He's like, "All right, well, first you have to tell me so I can, know how many to guess. Or let me guess, you're custom made character, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yep." It's like, "All right," and I'm like, "I'm a Druid." He's like, "All right, I'll take that." And he goes, "Let me guess. I think you have a Astarion in your party." I do indeed.
You do?
I do.
Oh,
I need a
wow.
rogue, baby. And it's like, all right, and then I have a feeling, as all men do, you have Shadowheart in your party.
Mhm. That's, yeah.
And of course I do. Of course I do. And then finally, he named me with the most fiery babe in all of Baldur's Gate. He's like, you probably have Karlach in your party
Karlach.
too. And to be fair, I actually rotate either Karlach or Astarion out depending on the situation. But Karlach is that trifecta is my my go-to. And not only did he stop there, or he did not stop there, we started talking about soccer too. And he's like, "I bet you played right back, didn't you?" And I did play
Whoa,
right back.
dude, who is this guy?
I played outside right back, which is got a little weird. I was like, "Casper, like, is this like a you situation?" Like,
Dang.
the TV show. But yeah, I just wanted to open with that because that was pretty funny. Shout out to Casper.
Oh, boy.
We got a fun one today, everyone. Lucas, how's it going? Hot Mickey, how's it going?
I'm good. 3-day weekend. It's been pretty chill. Spent some time with some family over the weekend. Spent some time with you guys over the weekend, watching the Rams lose to the Lions. Very sad, but hey, we got to hang out. I think Matt, you said it best. Is like, it's always sad when your team's out in the playoffs because you don't get together to watch more playoff games. So
Yeah,
that's
I realized very
Yeah, I
quickly.
felt that.
I only wanted them to win so we could keep. Like,
so we
getting
can
together
do the
and
next
being
one next
maniacs.
week. Yeah, but we won't.
Which is why I loved so much the Lakers playoffs run.
Oh,
last
yeah,
year. It was
dude.
a lot of fun.
we watched
That
so
was
many
a lot of
games
fun.
together. It was awesome. But
Yeah.
hopefully
We
they
have all the series.
hopefully they do it again.
We will have Dodger
Yes.
baseball in about 2.5 months.
Yeah, they're just gonna get a playoff slot the first month of the season, so that'll be nice.
Oh yeah, easy.
Just be given to them.
Ooh, all right, we got a lot to talk about today, and I just want to really quickly before we dive in anymore, shout out. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but it is an election year in which I'm sure we'll have a mildly comedic episode depending on the outcome.
Second
but I just
election
wanna-
episode that we've ever
Second
done, which is
election
crazy.
episode, which is crazy. A full 4-year cycle of doing this podcast. But more importantly, it'll be the sequel to the greatest podcast episode title of all time, Election Night Simps.
Who came? Was that you or me that came up with that?
I think it might have. Honestly, I don't remember.
It's probably me.
I know for sure you had the Our Nice Guys.
Yeah.
But I think Election Night Simps probably came from you. You're better with the titles. But yeah, honestly, best title we've ever had on anything. No one will ever top that. It's just such a good podcast title, Election Night Sims.
Part 2 coming up in November.
Part 2. I know. Oh my god.
That's crazy that we
I'm so
record.
excited.
Okay, it's crazy to think that we recorded a podcast episode on election night in 2020. That's kind of crazy. I got to go
know.
back and listen to
Yeah.
that one. It's probably pretty wild.
I know.
The world was very different.
The times. Actually, yeah, that'd be a fun thing. To
A little
go back
time
and listen
capsule
to,
we got
actually.
in our
It is.
podcast feed.
Honestly, that's what's kind of sick about the podcast. It is like a little time capsule in many ways. I'm like, oh, I was in San Diego living there when we recorded
Yeah.
that.
Sometimes you could hear the sadness in your voice or my voice when a really, really tough thing happened in our life. So certain episodes are just like, man, yeah, I was going through
I
it.
know, there's like specific months I'm like, I don't need to revisit those episodes.
Oh, man. And then Mickey's going to have that exact same experience in 3 more years.
Yes, sir.
excited.
Oh, yeah.
Sir.
By the way, Mickey, the stream. Good stuff, man. I can't believe you won that
Yeah,
game.
Mickey, yeah.
Mickey's been streaming on
Dude.
Mondays before our podcast recordings, and he just streamed a game of League of Legends that he somehow won.
Yeah, I streamed 2 games of League today. It would have been more, but I took a little nap and woke up like at 6:30. Like, oh shit!
Cheeky little nap,
little
cheeky little
fast.
Monday evening nap, Mickey. Love it.
Little Monday evening nap. Yeah, I streamed 2 games. One was just pretty solid Hui game. I've been having a ton of fun with the new champion. I've been spamming him nonstop. And then Hui got banned the second game, so I went to my pride and true Lissandra, who's been my pretty much my one trick for the past like 2
Hell
years. And when I did my placements, because new season just started with like a ton of new changes to the league map, new items, more neutral objectives. I got placed into Plat 4, which I was Emerald 2, I think, to end last season. So it was quite a bit of a downgrade.
It's okay,
I've been
Mickey.
trying to get back to I've been trying to get back to Emerald because I can't stand being in Plat. And I'm Plat 169 LP. Right
Okay, we're almost there. Good stuff.
now. We're almost there. I need 2
Okay,
more
cool.
wins.
Well, we'll stream it, please. We will watch it. We'll be watching it. We got the VOD too, so we could always go back and
We do got the vibe.
edit some highlights.
Yeah, if you want to see me tilt out of my mind, yeah, go check out the Monday night stream from on January.
Yeah, you were pretty
15th.
pissed.
That was I was so mad at my team. My top and jungle were like 1 and 12 going into like 15 minutes. It was disgusting. I was furious, and then Ezra was just being a KDA player.
Were you being mean to them in the game chat?
No. I never chat. I almost never
Just
talk. in
mute all
chat,
right when
but-
you walk in.
except when like I my Trundle tried to gank a Fizz. One, Trundle doesn't have any CC besides this stupid pillar, and that's not gonna do shit to Fizz.
It's not.
And I didn't have my ult, so like, what are we gonna do there? So he just chases down the Fizz. Yorick jungle comes out, and then they beat the shit out of the Trundle, who doesn't have flash because he took Smite Ghost.
Matt is just
Oh,
Matt is just
fuck.
disassociating. I'm loving this conversation. Matt's just disassociating right there. I see it.
I was thinking about the finals.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a game I can understand.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm the best
I need
Lulu to
play
ever do
that
it.
game more.
Should we
Shoot
talk some
some.
topics? I got a topic for
Yeah.
you guys. I want to talk about a little
Jump
bit.
in, baby.
Okay, so there's something that came up recently. They're actually talking about this on IGN Game Scoop. I'm not sure if you guys heard about it, but the new Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown game is apparently really good. It's getting like a
I did hear great things about
it's
it.
getting a ton of praise. It's a Metroidvania style game, so it's not exactly a Mac game. Mickey, I think you and I might enjoy this kind of game. Apparently, it's like a Hollow Knight or like a Metroid, but apparently it's very
Oh,
it's
is
very
it?
challenging. Some boss fights are actually really hard.
I wouldn't have
Yeah,
guessed that.
and it's got fast travel. It's got a huge map. It's all 2D. It looks really sick. But one big thing is there is AI generated voices in the game. There's like kind of a narrator, from what I gather. I haven't played the game yet, but there's like a narrator that talks in certain voice lines throughout the game. You could actually Google it and find an article on IGN.com. And it's AI generated voice. It's actually a very common AI generated voice. You hear it all the time on TikTok. It's slightly edited with like a little bit of a vocal effect, I believe. And then, of course, we've been playing a ton of the finals, and it's all AI generated commentators when you're actually playing the game. So the commentary over the fake commentary over the kind of virtual game world is all AI generated. According to Ubisoft, this was not intentional, and it was actually placeholder AI voice text. Placeholders are used all the time, and then they apparently forgot to replace this one. Kind of sounds like BS to me. It sounds like they just got caught using AI generated voices, and they're just kind of backtracking a little bit. But the finals fully embraces it, and they just say, "Yep, it's AI generated."
To be fair, I think the finals voices was convincing enough to where like if you weren't in the know of the decision, like say like the QAs went in there and they didn't know those were placeholders, they would think that those were the real things.
I had no idea that the finals was
Yeah,
AI.
I didn't-
Really, I
actually, the
feel like
day-
I caught it right away.
The day I found out was also the same day earlier in the day I had a thought like, man, the finals voice, the finals commentators are so good.
Yeah,
I had that thought.
and they're
Yeah.
they're also constantly making up new lines. Apparently, like they're learning and like coming up with new quips and new things to say. Which sometimes you play the finals and you hear it and you're like, oh, I've never heard that one before.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to ask you guys if you think that this is a good thing. Should this become common practice? Do you see this happening more? Just start with you, Matt.
I think it's a bad thing. Despite my generally, capitalist agenda, I'm not a fan of eliminating jobs, which this ultimately does. If I generally, at least if I hear like a TikTok or something, right, or like, a random YouTube video, I feel like I can usually tell if something's some like in a shitty AI voice. Like I said, at least for me, maybe you caught on, Lucas, I genuinely did not even question the fact that I thought the finals announcers, I thought they were real people, and I'm like, oh, these are great. The inflection, their voice is really good. To your point, like the lines always seem like relatively original, and I was genuinely surprised to hear that they were fake. So to that effect, I'm pretty against this. I don't think it's good to eliminate jobs in the creative space. Obviously there's been all the stuff with SAG-AFTRA recently, and I don't know too many details on this and I have time to look into this, but I do know there was something recently where SAG-AFTRA announced some bigger deal with a well-known AI voice company, basically, with how that stuff can be used. And basically every major gaming voice actor, particularly Steve Blum, who obviously, as we know, did Cowboy Bebop, the English dub for that as well. Probably definitely one of the best voice actors in America, in my opinion, but also one of the more well-known ones. His voice is very iconic, deep, chocolatey. I love him. He's so good. But he's like, I do a lot of video games. That's like most of my income these days. Is like my projects that I work on are video games, and like none of them were consulted on this deal. Apparently, none of like the higher people in the gaming sphere for SAG-AFTRA. So I think it's pretty disappointing. Actually, in fun fact, Steve Blum actually plays the main guy in Neon White. I don't know if any of you caught on to that.
Yes,
yeah,
I did know that.
But yeah, it's pretty disappointing. I think AI is gonna. If you want to use AI to like find an error in a software writer's code, like if they were missing one digit, right? Great. I think that's great. If you want to use it to totally eliminate an industry of voice actors, and I think that's pretty shitty. So I'm against it. I think it's going to continue unless there's some very strict like regulation put into it. And and you could even get away with it more in video games than you could in like a animated TV show or something like that. So I think it's just going to be more and more rampant as devs try and save money where they can. The only positive I see from this is it could maybe help more indie games get off the ground. Just because it's an easier way for them to save money. But the problems, and that's okay, I think, because they probably just didn't have that money to spend in the first place anyways. But the problem is when a giant company like Ubisoft does this, or like a very big and I don't want to say they're big. I don't know anything about them other than the fact they made the finals. But like
Embark,
obviously, like very quickly has become a well-known studio. Like I don't know. It's kind of lame. And it worries me for the future of voice actors.
Yeah, Mickey, what do you think?
I am pretty much in full agreement with Matt. I think AI is interesting, like in general, but when it starts like replacing the creative space, where like people are starting to lose their jobs. Like that's definitely like terrible. And I think the worst part about AI is that there's not really any like heart behind any of like the performance or the art piece.
But that's the problem. Like the finals are so good. You sound so into it.
And I think that's what like the spirit of art is that like you can see what that person was thinking a lot of the times behind their performance of that art piece, and AI just like it ruins that essentially.
What do
Yeah.
we do, Mick? Do we got to start asking people for signatures outside of Vons to sign up, sign up petitions?
There's-
How do we
there's-
do this?
how we would tackle this. Like there definitely has to be like regulations put
Yeah.
in place because for starters, like AI just inherently steals a lot of content. Like it needs to get its
Needs to be fed the info from
input
somewhere.
from
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah, exactly. And someone this OpenAI and Microsoft are actually in a lawsuit right now that they're losing. And I
Is it
forget
the Dolly
who
one where some
assigned
artists
it.
were complaining about them stealing the style? Yeah.
Yes, it was something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know that OpenAI and Microsoft are in a lawsuit over
It's basically copyright
like,
infringement.
input being
Yeah.
stolen. Yeah, exactly. Copyright
Yeah.
infringement.
Now, my thought is, yeah, I'm gonna agree with you guys. I am against this. Not a fan of it. I mean, like the way I've seen it put the best is, in order for something to be art, there needs to be an artist. So if there's no artist and AI is the artist, it kind of ceases to like kind of pass over into the art realm in a way. And I think like what it is in this case is just a utility and a way to cut a corner. That's like all this voice oriented AI stuff is. Now, I think what's going to happen is kind of like what ends up happening with a lot of spaces like this, where like there becomes the cheaper option and the high water mark, like the high quality option, essentially. Like any Supergiant game will never be AI voice acted because Supergiant cares so much about their voice actors and cares so much about the performance they get out of voices. Like if you play Hades, all the voice acting in that game is amazing, right? And if anyone were to create an AI generated version where it's a fully voice acted indie game, but it's AI generated, I think that people will either be able to tell, at least in this stage of the game, or it'll lose sort of its artisanal like craftsmanship to it. And what it'll become is, hey, this developer went the extra mile. This developer actually like hired voice actors to get a performance out of it. And that will become like a selling point in and of itself for that thing, right? Where even if we get to the point where AI voice acting is nearly indistinguishable and you can nail performances and it sounds great, the headline is this developer used AI, right? As opposed to this developer used real people. And I think that like you're never going to be able to keep it a secret if you used AI or used real people. People are going to know one way or the other from the development cycle and from the news. And the people that put real actors to work are going to get more praise and probably just be, liked more, So I think they'll get to a point where you really won't be able to fake it. And if you are trying to fake it, I think the difference with the finals and Embark is they're pretty outward with that. Like they're pretty like, yeah, like we used it in this case and it's learning and blah, blah, blah. Ubisoft, they just got caught, in my opinion. I mean, I think they just got caught and it's not a good look for them,
Really quickly, I will say, I think I don't 100% believe them, but it is actually odd that they would voice act that whole game and then have just like this one character like that. I don't know. Is it a major character? Do they have a lot of lines?
I think it might be.
It's odd. It's more odd to me that they would try and do that than just pay the extra for another voice actor at that point. So
yeah,
that's
I mean,
interesting.
forgetting to swap out an entire
That's
every
also
voice line
crazy.
asset also sounds equally as
They're
unbelievable.
both stupid. They're just stupid.
Yeah, but I don't know. Game dev is weird and crazy, so maybe they did genuinely just make a mistake. But yeah, it's interesting. It honestly was a part of AI that I felt like came so quick at us. Like so many TikToks I see, like 20% of TikTok news content out there is AI voice line stuff, and it's kind of getting stupid. Like it's kind of getting like, okay, guys, like. This, I don't want the information anymore. I want a real person telling me the information now.
Yeah, it's actually so
Yeah.
annoying. I hate that AI voice.
Yeah.
It
And
drives me
they're
insane.
granted the AI voices for stuff are getting better, but I feel like for me as a consumer, I'm getting to the point where if I know it's AI, I'd rather just have a real human being just tell me the news like in front of my face rather than just like people are just creating like there's a news TikTok account that uses the shark or the The news thing from SpongeBob. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Like the breaking news, the fish thing.
Yeah,
There's a TikTok account that just makes news articles basically off that AI voice and just like puts together these videos. And I skip it every time because like the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, thanks for the information and the news. That's cool. And now I'm just like, I'd rather just listen to an actual person or an actual creator tell me this story, even if it comes out like at a later time or something. It just feels so phony, you know? So anyway, hopefully the market will decide all this kind of stuff anyway. And I do think that people would ultimately choose to listen to real human beings.
I also saw like a little what's it called? Like a pushback because I know both voice actors and artists have been like fighting against AI, but there's an example of like there's a voice actor, I forget what her name is, but it's the voice actress who does like Bubbles, Timmy Turner.
Oh yes.
She does a ton of different prominent roles, but she was like complaining about AI voices, and then she went ahead and commissioned AI art and was like proud it was AI art, and she's like, do you not understand you being a hypocrite right now? Like you're fighting all this thing to like defend yourselves against AI, your industry, and then you go ahead and ruin another industry with AI.
Tara
So
Strong.
it's like,
See who that one is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Honestly,
her
a
name.
legendary voice actress as well. She's done a
She
million
is.
voices. Yeah. Oh man. Well, we'll see how things go. We'll see how things shake out. What do you guys got? I got more topics, but Matt, you got any headlines on your side?
Oof. Well, one, I just wanted to open with, if I repeated, I know I announced I was getting it. If I mentioned that I
MetaQuest.
got it, yeah. Did I? I don't think we've recorded since I actually got
I
it.
think you did.
Did you?
I think you did. I think you recorded last week.
But we recorded on Tuesday last week, and I got it Wednesday, I think.
You did. He was talking.
Oh, I don't think you mentioned you got
So
it.
I did get it.
But you said
Yeah.
you did mention that you got it, but you didn't.
So
have it
I
anymore.
got
Let's
it.
hear it.
It came in last week Wednesday. You know, it's pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
In particular, the mixed reality is really cool. I'll have to post this in the podcast Discord, actually, which, by the way, everyone, if you want to join the podcast Discord, go to our website, thanksforplaying.live, or our link tree and any of our social media handles at TFP Podcasts with an S at the end. You can find it there. But I sent like a video to the boys of where I'm wearing the headset and using the mixed reality function, and like I can literally just like basically carry around like a web browser with me through my house. I'm not even using the controller. I'm just using the hand tracking, right? And it's totally functional in just that manner. And I'm just like doing my chores or whatever with the headset on. And I don't know, it's pretty cool. It makes me even more excited or more, I guess intrigued might be the better word for what the Apple Pro will be like. Cause I mean, this is a $500 piece of tech, which is, you know, very expensive in its own right, but the Apple Vision Pro is going to be like $3,500 or something. So very curious for that, but I'm excited to play around more with the mixed reality on that. One thing I really wanted to start doing is I kind of want to try and start learning Spanish more proficiently. I know very, very rudimentary Spanish. By that I mean like what a 2-year, not even a 2-year-old, like a 1-year-old is learning within their first 6 months of life. And there's an app that's pretty popular on the MetaQuest called Immersion, and it's just like puts you in like basically like classes in VR that you can take. So I might check that out. The games are really cool. You know, I didn't really notice any issues with the hand tracking, which is something I was concerned about coming from the Index, which I tried out for a bit. But yeah, it's pretty lit. It's very fun. I've been having a lot of fun. I'm working through Super Hot VR right now. That's a very fun game. And yeah, I'm excited to dive more into it and keep everyone posted and let all of you try it out when we have a shot. Honestly, I was going to bring it to football on Sunday. I was considering it, but like you genuinely need room to play it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's like,
you'll host something at your place in the coming weeks.
And even then, like I'm like the bare minimum when I push my couch out.
Yeah.
Real quick though, I did just want to mention a couple things off the bat. One, Last of Us Part 2. Well, I guess the Last of Us TV show for its second season has cast its Abby. For those that aren't familiar, Abby's like one of the main antagonists in Last of Us Part 2. Very muscular, you know, very strong girl. And I'm a little, and you know, this is straight from IGN, and honestly, I kind of agree with them. Caitlin Dever, I don't doubt she's a great actress. She seems relatively more petite. So I'm very curious to see if she's really going to buff up because, I haven't played Last of Us Part 2, but as I understand, that character is very like, their physicality is a big part of what makes that character so intimidating. So I'm interested to see if she's really going to buff up and really own that. Because I think that's a big part of the character. So excited for that. And really quick too, I just want to knock a few out here. Who remembers Game Shark? Raise your hand. Yep. Mickey, you remember Game Shark?
The
Yeah.
thing.
Like plugged it into your Game Boy and then like plugged
Did you guys
it-
ever
yeah.
use it?
Uh-huh.
I used it for Pokemon a little bit.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
used it for the
I had a
N64.
Game Genie on the SNES that's like predates it even, and then
Oh.
I had a
Oh,
Power
yeah.
Saves action replay thing way back on the GameCube.
Oh, you know what? I had Action Replay, not Game Shark. That's
Okay.
what I had. Yeah.
I did have Game Shark for my N64, and I used it a ton with GoldenEye.
Mm.
It was so fun.
So on that note, Game Shark. So first off, apparently they're still around. I have no idea how.
That's
I couldn't really
insane.
find information on them or like what their parent company is. It was actually kind of difficult to find. But in a press release recently, just last week, they announced that they were going to be working on what they call is an AI shark, which is essentially going to be an in-game like assistant almost.
Whoa!
I think primarily for single-player games, it's going to basically give you recommendations on like hints based off like your gameplay and like what you should do to improve your gameplay, stuff like that. And they announced this saying that, oh yeah, AI Shark is going to release likely around September 2024. When the Switch 2 is coming out, basically, is what they said.
Dude, they fucked up.
The quote is the official launch is planned to coincide with the Nintendo Switch 2 in September 2024.
Oh
They
my
then backtracked
God.
saying they didn't have official confirmation that it was September, but rather that it was just a loose fall estimation. And then they backtracked even further, saying that they know nothing basically.
Okay, so the Switch is coming out. Switch 2 is coming out in September.
Yeah.
It's coming out September.
So,
You think Hollow Knight's coming out September too?
what's that, Mickey?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh,
Launch title.
Mickey. Yes, I hope so. To coincide.
so my question for you guys is, do we? What would make the Switch 2 a good console? Right? Is it just simply going to be rezzing up the graphics, or is it going to be reworking, reworking the formula on the controllers or something like? What's going to make the difference there? Because the Switch in itself is already an incredibly successful console, and sure does it have its graphical limitations, yes, but as we've discussed many times on this podcast, it managed to squeeze Legend of Zelda into what 16
gigs.
gigabytes. It's
Mhm.
incredible. So like, what would make the Switch 2 enough for you all to want to purchase?
I could
it?
start. I got this
Yeah.
one. Honestly, say this as a huge Nintendo fan. I love my Switch. I wouldn't buy a Switch 2 if it came out this year. I really don't have space for it. And I don't mean that physically. I mean like, I don't figuratively have enough space for a Switch 2. I don't see an
Meantime.
Well, I just don't see a need for even if the Switch 2 had better graphics, if it had a stronger engine behind it, better graphics card, more memory, any of that kind of stuff. I mean, there's already stronger handhelds on the market right now that are emerging. And I do have a Steam Deck, which kind of holds the place of an upscaled Switch 2, although it can't play Nintendo games right now, right? So the appeal of the Switch to me is that it is lightweight, great on battery, like easy to carry around, and like that is a real cost, right? Because even when I carry my Steam Deck around, it weighs more, it's louder, it gets hotter, it doesn't have great battery life. But if I'm going on a plane and for a long plane ride, I'm bringing the Switch with me. You know what I mean? And it's lightweight, it's great. I can play Mario Kart with my partner on the plane. That's a huge appeal, and the Switch is just kind of has had and continues to have the appeal that it's always had, which is great battery, lightweight, multiplayer Nintendo, right? And I just don't think the other handhelds are really in that space right now. And the Switch 2, if they went for more power, they cannot sacrifice anything that I just said. And honestly, there's with what we've been able to play on the Switch for so long now, yeah, I could see us getting kind of the up to the current generation where we can play the next slate of Nintendo games that they're developing for, like Metroid Prime 4 will probably be on the Switch too. Maybe that's why it got delayed, right? The next Mario game gonna be on the Switch too, whatever that is, but it has to maintain what it has right now. And until I see those games, there's no need to buy the Switch 2.
Yeah, I'm like sort of in agreement with Lucas. Like my primary reason for the pretty much getting any Nintendo console is for the games, and Nintendo consoles on launch usually don't have a lot of desirable games. Like with like me getting my Switch, I was late to the boat. I joined onto the Switch bandwagon like 3-4 years after release. Like I'm never really going to be buying a console like right on release. I almost never do.
Yeah. I know, until we see what's on it, right? Because I remember the Switch 1, the launch title was Breath of the Wild, so I got it day one for sure.
Hey, don't forget 1-2.
1-2. Oh my god, dude, what a piece of shit. And then, of course, like Nintendo went all in on the Switch after it did so well at launch, and they released so much stuff, and now there's just a ton of Nintendo games on it. The Nintendo Switch is basically what the Wii U plus the Switch. It's like 2 console libraries in one because they developed everything else, for the Switch. And I mean, there just doesn't seem like there's a need for the Switch 2 right now. Yeah,
I did forget that the Switch was pretty much what the Wii U.
Yeah,
that's what everyone thought was.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was a Wii U title. People Mario Kart 8 was a Wii U title. People totally forgot about that.
I had it.
I have a Wii U as well. It's under the bed collecting dust.
Oh, do you?
Nice.
Yeah. I don't have it anymore.
Oh wow. I got the It's probably not worth shit anyway, but I got the collector's edition Wii U with Wind Waker on it. So the Wii U gamepad has like Zelda Hylian insignia shit.
Burley's for sure a nerd that would buy that off you for.
I'll check prices while Matt gives his opinion on the Switch too.
Yeah, honestly, couldn't care less. I think to Lucas's point, for all my use cases for a Switch 2, I have no need for like anything beyond what it already does. To Mickey's point, the games aren't that great. And just to a Matt point, I mean, the release games probably won't be that great. And to a Matt point, I'm not known for being the biggest Nintendo fan. It's not what I'm known for. The games that I have played on the Switch that I loved playing on the Switch were Nintendo games. Hades. I literally can't even
like Hades. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you buy your Switch for, Matt, when you got it?
Dude, I don't know.
Smash? Mario Kart?
Oh, Smash. I bought it for Smash. That's why I bought it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so one Nintendo game. And honestly, I don't even know if I love Smash Ultimate. I don't even know how I feel about Smash these days.
Don't say that. You do.
I love K. Rool. I love K. Rool.
I only like Ultimate. I don't love it.
There you go. The Hot Mickey official.
That's actually a really good take. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is the Zelda? Okay, sorry. Go ahead. It's got the price of the Wii U for the Wind Waker edition.
Well, let's hear it. I don't really got
It's $370. I don't know why it's so high.
Bro, because people
Nintendo prices never drop.
Nerds love buying stuff.
That's so great. Okay, the physical Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD for Wii U is $137 on Amazon.
Yeah, Nintendo prices
what
never
is
drop
wrong
and
with
usually
people?
increase over time.
Are you saying the copy of the
crazy.
game?
A copy of the game.
Bro, I'll never forget. I wanted to. You guys know Frankensons?
Hell yeah, Frankensons.
Yes.
I was looking for a copy of Pokemon Soul Silver for the DS because for some reason my dumb ass, I think that came out either as I was entering college or as I was in college. Actually, Hot Mickey, do a fact check on that. What year did that come out?
Soul
Silver and Heart Gold.
I do have a copy of Soul Silver.
And that's like my favorite era for Pokemon. For multiple reasons. I just love Johto. I love Totodile.
2009.
No. That can't be right. For the 3DS?
Yeah. It was
September 12th.
It was around then, yeah. I remember I was in high school at the time.
That's when it released.
Well, it must have been. That's when I wanted to buy it then, and I couldn't find a copy anymore. That's crazy. Wow, did I really not play that? Wow, I'm an idiot. Anyways, my point is, I never got it on release around the time it released, and I always regretted it. And I saw it at Frankensons, they had a copy, and I was like, oh my god, I want it. And it was like $150 or something insane.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Just defeated.
Crazy. Defeated.
Yeah, buying old Nintendo games is such a pain.
I wonder how much Melee is going for these days.
It's probably going for a lot.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh, the Switch 2. Yeah. It's a no from TFP. Sorry, Nintendo. And I'm saying, again, huge Nintendo fan. Until like the games are not able to be made for the Switch anymore, there's no need for the Switch 2.
Also, a huge Nintendo fan, while also being a big Nintendo hater. Somehow both those are true. Yes, I'm also waiting.
Damn. So a sealed, unopened copy of Super Smash Bros. Melee, $7,500.
No, it is not.
On eBay.
Where are you seeing that?
I'll put the link in right now.
That's insane. I was gonna guess like 300.
Unopened?
God.
It says
sealed
Black Label
product.
VGA. I don't know what that means, but here I'll put in the Riverside chat right now for you guys to
No
look at.
way, dude. Let me see this. I'm gonna click on
fucking
this link right the
ridiculous.
fuck now. Dude, oh, it's like
And
rated
it's
and
got-
everything. Oh my god.
I don't know what that means.
They
though.
got it graded. It's got a 9.8 out of 10.
What is that? Can someone explain that to me? Because that's how they do like trading
Yeah,
cards
yeah.
too,
So
right?
basically, there's like at any given time, there's like 2 or 3 entities that grade collectibles, and they're like kind of create the standardization for rating scales. Usually, it goes up to 10. Fun fact: most collectible cards that you open from a pack, even when you open them up, are not 10s because of shipping damages and things like that. So it's basically impossible to get a perfect score on any collectible item. This Melee copy looks sealed and looks graded at a 9.8. So it's basically a perfect, verified, sealed, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not familiar with who graded this. It must be WATA. So yeah, WATA must be the grading entity for this one.
Crazy.
Yep, WATA. So yeah, wow, that's disgusting.
Crazy what these people will do these days.
A Luigi's Mansion 9.6 WATA rated sealed game is $1,490.
Fun fact: back in the day, I definitely had a holographic Zapdos. It's definitely in atrocious condition, even if I could find it in my parents' house. But I'm browsing online, and those bad boys are worth a lot of money,
Bro, in my first pack of Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic Ruler, I opened up a Toon Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then I brought it.
Oh
I brought it to
my
elementary.
God.
I brought it.
That's a
I brought
secret
it to
rare.
school for show and tell, and lost it like that week.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody.
That's
Yeah,
sad.
yeah. It's a very. I want
Are
to
you
cry.
okay?
Right now. Let me actually look it up. Let me look that one up. That'll be fun. Actually, do I want to get hurt?
What? I actually know some of the people that work at PSA who do the grading.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
really? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, let me see how much money I lost. Oh, wait, hang on. Well, this might not be a first edition. It's not.
Well, are you assuming it's PSA 10?
Well, yeah, it wouldn't be. It would not be.
Yeah, it most likely would not be PSA 10.
Do you guys want to take a quick look at the top 20 best-selling games of the year?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
So before we get to the top 5, I'm just going to skip through these real quick. 20 is Remnant 2. And for whatever reason, this chart doesn't have a lot of sales figures. I'll mention it if it does, but I did fact check it against another chart, and it did seem to be more or less accurate. So this is from GameSpot. But 20 is Remnant 2. 19 is Elden Ring, even though it came out in
I saw
2022,
that.
still one of the best selling.
That's crazy.
18 is FIFA 23. Again, kind of crazy because it came out in 2022. 17 Street Fighter 6.
Hell yeah.
16 Final Fantasy 16. That worked out nicely. 15 Super Mario Brothers Wonder. 14 Dead Island 2. Never played the first one. Had one of the greatest game trailers of all time. 13 MLB The Show 23. 12.
Wait, is this copies sold or
Copies-
just how much
copies
they made?
sold.
Well, it says best-selling games, so I would,
Okay, I would think copies sold.
yeah, most likely.
Because I was wondering if like ongoing games were considered.
No, because then it would just
This-
be Fortnite.
It sounds like
yeah.
no. Yeah.
EA Sports FC 24 12, RE4 Remake 11, Starfield 10, which actually
Crazy.
surprises me that many schmucks bought it when they could have just played Game Pass like I did.
And didn't refund
And
it?
didn't fund it. Yep. 9 Immortal Kombat 1, which I'm actually surprised
It outsold.
that beat out.
It outsold Street Fighter.
Yep. I'm surprised it outsold Street
That's
Fighter with
actually
less
crazy.
time too.
Yeah.
I will say that I've seen some mods that are pretty funny for that.
I
saw
have,
a mod
dude.
of Woody fighting the old guy from Up.
Yeah, I saw that too.
They've gone hard on that. 7 Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Wait, what the hell? They had 2 7s. 8 Jedi Star Wars Survivor.
Typo in
7
the
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, 2022. Interesting. 6 Diablo 4. 5 Madden 24. And 4 we got. Do you have any guesses?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 2. Any guesses on 3?
Tears of the Kingdom. I think we're looking at the same list.
Probably. Oh, you're cheating.
Oh, you're cheating.
All right, Mickey, you can try and guess the last 2. Mickey, what do you think 2 is?
God of War?
No, that did not come out in
God, no.
2023.
Oh. That you're right. That came out the end of 2022.
I mean, Elden Ring still made it.
yeah, but it wouldn't be top.
I'll give you a hint, Mickey. It is has a yearly release.
Oh, yearly release game? You already said COD.
No, he did not say COD.
Yes, he did. He said Modern Warfare 2.
I did exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wait, never mind.
I said exactly, Mickey. I said Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, there was another COD that released? What other COD? Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
And then number 1 was guess, Mickey.
It was an early 2023
Uh,
release that Matt and I played for the pod.
Very controversial.
Hogwarts
Yeah.
Legacy.
Yes, sir. Hogwarts Legacy, 2023 best-selling game. Not at all surprised. Probably one of the most widely anticipated games of the last while, I'd say. And probably had the broadest appeal out of any game on this list, so it makes a lot of sense.
It's crazy that Baldur's Gate 3 is not on the list. I'm blown away.
I know. I noticed that too.
Actually blown away.
I think that makes sense.
I think despite how
It's a
great it
niche
is,
game.
it is pretty niche. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought the gamers would show up for that one.
How many real friends, man?
Yeah.
How many of us?
What's it available on?
That's the thing too. It's only on PC for the most part until recently.
yeah,
That's
that's
a big
true.
one.
Yeah.
It not being on console is a big hurt to that.
Very true. Very
But yeah,
true.
Hogwarts Legacy. Guess what? J.K. Rowling wins again.
Hey Matt, I got a question. I got
let
a
me
question.
Yeah, no matter
blatantly
what she does,
clarify:
she'll
we do
win.
not support J.K. Rowling.
I got a question for you, Matthew. So
Yes, sir.
there was on the list. There's FIFA, or at least the list that I'm looking at, which might not be the same as yours. FIFA 23 was a 2022 game, and then EA Sports FC was a 24 was a 2023 game. Is that? Do I have that correct?
Yeah, so a lot of sports games do that. I mean, it's the same thing with NFL 24 being on this list, where it'll basically be for the season, like that season, right? So this, like soccer, well, generally, like this Premier League season, most European seasons are going to run from, summer, fall 2023 into this summer of 2024. So they do
Gotcha.
it by like the ending of that. Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
they're quirky like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what's just so funny about like sports games like FIFA and Madden is that they're just like in their own world of the gaming space.
They're just untouchable.
They're so
Yeah.
massive too.
Yeah.
They're massive, but they don't really get involved with the rest of the gaming
Yeah.
community. They're just out in their corner in their massive corner of the house, just making lots of noise, but they don't really go outside of their little
Yeah.
corner.
Just doing their
Dude,
thing.
it's crazy. Like, look, all 4 sports games are on this list, and 2 of them are FIFA games. So you have like FIFA, you have soccer, baseball, and football are all like top 20 sellers of the list, and they're kind of in the middle of the pack too. They're not like near the bottom or anything like
They're
that.
not at the bottom.
MLB The Show is number 13. That's crazy. I mean, I know it's a huge game, and we actually have friends of the program that just love this game. Shout out Abel, and it's just huge. You forget how huge they are, truly.
And it's crazy how many people just buy every iteration.
And
of
they
it.
always will. And they always will.
I mean, same for Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty was number 2 on this list. Hell, there are 2 Call of Duties on this list.
Yeah, that's true.
Just people always buy, man.
Yeah, they really will.
Always buy. And
Uh,
I own the newest Call of Duty. It's not good.
Dang.
You try to get us all.
I know
to
you
buy
were
it.
saying to buy it earlier too. You were just like,
I
"Oh man,
know.
I gotta say, guys, it's pretty fun. They brought the old maps back, and then like
that wore
lasted.
off in like 2 days.
Yeah, it really did, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
man.
the realization was, oh my god, they only brought back the new map, nothing else. I didn't realize I just paid $70 to play a game from 2010 or whatever.
Yeah, not good. I got a headline, but Mickey, what do you got to talk about, man? I feel like you haven't brought the topic up. Did you have anything?
I don't think
Okay,
I have
okay.
it. I don't.
I'll hit you guys with a topic here. I know you guys saw the list, so I'll hit you with one. Okay, so Nintendo, we know, is going huge into movies and TV in the coming decade at the very least. Personally, I think that over the next several decades, Nintendo's really going to try and take over this new media space for them. We saw that The Last of Us is critically and commercially successful. We saw Twisted Metal do very well, and video game adaptation IPs are here to stay. So my question to you guys is, what is the next great video game IP adaptation coming out? And I'm talking, it could be anything. Castlevania kind of kicked us off several years ago by having a great anime adaptation on Netflix. But what do you guys think? What are we seeing next?
I actually just saw a commercial. Do you know they're making a second season of Halo?
Oh my God, no. Okay, I'm talking good, Mickey.
I had no
I mean
idea.
good stuff.
Yeah, I know. How did it get a second
Dude,
season?
I don't know.
Season 1 wasn't
Dude, yeah.
good.
I can't believe they're doing a second season. That's crazy. That's wild to me.
Fucking ridiculous.
So we've tried Halo, we've tried WoW, right? We just did a Dungeons and Dragons movie. What's the brand new one, Matthew?
Well, I mean, we got a few coming out this year, right? We got the Borderlands movie
Mhm.
coming out in August.
Yeah.
We got the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie coming out, which of course that's already established.
But that's already
Yeah.
been done. He said new IP.
Like movies, games that haven't been made in movies.
Yeah.
yet. Okay, Borderlands I think will be good. Minecraft, right?
Oh yeah.
There's a few probably lesser known ones that I think are worth mentioning that have been announced that there is going to be some sort of movie made for them. Bendy and the Ink Machine was like a pretty like a horror game, I believe, set with like a similar like art style to like what the old school like drawing art style, like how Cuphead was, or like Steve
Oh, okay,
Mickey.
yeah, just like 1920s animation.
Yeah, there's gonna be a Death Stranding movie by 24.
That's gonna be fire. I'm calling it.
Crazy. There's gonna be a Dead by Daylight film, which is crazy as well because we already know there's gonna be this super massive game, which is gonna be based off that lore. One I'm actually personally extremely excited for. I don't think either of you have played this game, but it's one I played in college actually during my what I consider my golden gaming days, where I was just playing random indie games that my laptop could play. Firewatch. Firewatch is a very...
I like Firewatch.
You should play Firewatch?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did.
Nice. Mickey, did you play? You didn't play Firewatch, did you, Mickey?
I don't know what that is.
Sorry. It's basically a game about a guy that has some trauma going on in his life, so he goes to the wilderness to serve as in a Firewatch tower, and he kind of like builds a relationship with someone just via walkie-talkie, and kind of has to explore like some mysteries that are going on around the park. Very emotional game, very very good. Basically like a really good walking simulator. And then the Ghost of Tsushima is at some point going to be getting a movie. So those are the ones I'm most excited about. I would love to see an Eternal Darkness film personally, but that's not going to happen.
Might not be, yeah.
But I mean, just based off Wikipedia, granted, like it's hard to say how many of these will truly come to fruition. It's just like some of them are just announced, but there's some pretty interesting ones coming up. Obviously we have Legend of Zelda. There's going to be a Jack and Daxter.
Yeah. Arcane
movie,
season
which-
2 as well. Forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, I can't wait for Arcane season 2. That one.
It's been several years too.
How'd you watch that, Mickey? You don't got Netflix. This is known.
I did it with the watch party.
Oh yeah, see, he
I'll
answered
allow
your
it.
question,
I'll
Matt.
allow
You
it.
tried to get him, and you didn't get him.
Try to get him.
Personally, okay, so I got a couple of ones here. These are just ideas that I was coming up with. The Resident Evil film series, the last installment I think was 2016, and the Resident Evil movies have zero to do with the actual story in the Resident Evil games. And I think we could use a little bit of a soft reboot with the actual Resident Evil characters that we've come to know and love, like Leon, like Chris Redfield. I think there's some villains like Ada, Albert Wesker. I know Ada Wong is in the movies, but man, there's such a departure. And I think it would be really cool to have a more serious, toned down look at the Resident Evil series, to be closer related to the video
all
games.
the movies have kind of flopped, right?
Well, they've made like 6, so I don't think they've all flopped. I think there's just like an
Well,
audience.
they've made money, but they're not good.
Yeah, exactly. I want a high quality, critically
Yeah.
successful version of these things. And I think we need a reboot of Street Fighter as well, because they came out with movies in the 90s. They were horrifically campy and just like kind of mocked by cinema these days. But I think we can do with a really solid animated style like Street Fighter series or movie. I'll take either one. And also, there was a rumor last year. I don't think anything else came from it. I never saw any news on it, of a Dark Souls anime that Netflix was developing. And I would love to see the Dark Souls world in video game, or in either an anime or even a live action television show in a really dark tone.
That would be interesting. Like, I can definitely see that being like Berserk-esque.
Yes, exactly. Berserk, but I mean, Dark Souls is so heavily inspired by Berserk. I could totally see it working in its own new original form. And there's just a lot of meat on the bone for Dark Souls. There's just so much lore. The worlds are so well built. Or honestly, just straight up Elden Ring adaptation would be fire. If it was just like a straight series of Elden Ring with just like Castlevania level quality, that would kill.
That'd be fascinating.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
A couple I'm seeing in this list that like piqued my interest a bit. One would be a Portal movie. I'm not sure how that would go.
That would be cool.
As a cool idea, but like a big appeal of Portal is the puzzles, and I'm not sure how they would adapt that.
I could
a
see the
film.
humor working. I could see like the Portal
Yeah,
humor and
the
voice.
humor
Yeah.
definitely would work a lot, but I'm not sure how they would actually progress the story. What else is here? Apparently, a Pac-Man movie might be coming.
What do you want, Mickey?
What do I want?
You don't know?
I would actually love StarCraft.
You think they could?
Movie.
Do you
That'd
think
be
they'd
a
be able to
sick
pull that
anime.
off?
I think the campaign is like really good stuff.
Yeah,
and I think it has a lot of good material to actually get
yeah.
adapted.
I could see that being a really
Microsoft would
solid.
never allow it.
Yeah, probably not. I could see that being a really good one though. Would you see it animated or live action? Because I'm thinking live action, baby, Stargate style.
That I could see it going
Bro,
either way.
I love Stargate.
It'd definitely be easier to do it animated, just because you have a lot more liberty to deal with the assets than having to try to create something in CGI and make it look good.
Mickey, do you remember a movie called Alien versus Predator? Did you ever see it?
I
Okay,
did see it. It's actually the first of the series.
that's
that I saw.
StarCraft. That's the StarCraft
Yes.
campaign in a movie. Because there's Protoss, Terran, and Zerg in that movie. All three are in there, dude. And what happens?
Yeah, you have a fucking
Yeah.
obelisk, you have
There's a
fucking
zealot,
and
exactly.
then you
Yeah,
just
dude.
have-
And there's even like photon
then-
cannons in it because the Predator has like a cannon thing. Yeah, dude.
Uh-huh.
And then they have to destroy the Zerg and escape with a big explosion.
Do you know how Dragoons are made?
Oh no, please tell me actually.
They're zealots reincarnated.
Are they really?
What?
Yes, they're zealots reincarnated. So pretty much like the photon cannon thing is pretty much like a zealot and dragoon combined into one.
Oh,
Like
that's actually great lore. Dang, okay, there's a lot of room here for the StarCraft adaptation.
StarCraft has a lot of
Yeah,
good lore.
yeah, I'm into it. And it'd be cool if they just
That's
did the
dope.
original too. Like if there's just like original, just StarCraft campaign.
And they have so many cool heroes. Like you have Kerrigan, you
Jim
have Arcanus,
Raynor.
you have Tassadar,
Phoenix.
Jim Raynor, like fucking
Yeah.
awesome. Phoenix is
Yeah, wait, who's the one that was Phoenix the zealot that died and then was turned into a dragoon? And then okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see?
Yeah, that was
You
sick.
knew.
Yeah, that's cool. Matt, there's basically like in the original StarCraft campaign, like you have all your units just like in a regular role play, like real time strategy game. But then there'd be
Yeah.
like a hero unit that was obviously just way stronger and they were a different color. And they had different voice lines too. And
they're usually
Yeah.
teal.
there was a hero named Phoenix who was the weakest Protoss unit, and then he dies, and then he gets like turned into the next unit I don't know what happens to him exactly, but he dies and then he's like a stronger unit later.
Like he got surrounded by Zerg and then he got obliterated.
Yeah. And then he turns into another unit in a later mission, and he's like, "I'm still here, but I'm a different."
Well, it's more so he's just manning a carrier.
Okay, well there you go.
He's inside.
They kept the same character. They kept the same characters, but they put them on different units due to the lore, and it was honestly genius that they did that. Because Jim Raynor's in a battle cruiser. Yeah,
cruiser. Yeah, but
that just gave me chills, bro.
The Hyperion. Like he stole.
Okay.
That
oh,
shit.
really? Okay. We need to play StarCraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you guys.
I'm gonna do that. We're gonna do the campaign very soon. Okay. I'm in. I'm in.
Need to.
Matt, you in?
StarCraft 1 or 2?
1.
How long is it?
It's not that long. We'll get Chambers in it. We'll get Chambers in on it.
All right. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
Cool. All right, we did it. All right.
I want to see who's the hot alien girl.
Kerrigan.
Yeah.
No, Matt,
That's
she's
good.
evil.
Well,
she's
she's not even
evil.
She's
She's a human that gets taken by the Zerg, and she gets brain.
She gets turned into a Zerg, but she's originally human.
Yeah, and I remember the mission where she gets taken. It's crazy.
Harsh.
It's crazy.
Doesn't she become like a god or something?
Pretty much.
Well, she becomes like a hive mind person, right?
No, she literally becomes a god.
Okay,
in
wow.
StarCraft 2.
All right. Well, we're kind of hitting the ceiling here with the podcast recording. But anybody got anything else that they wanted to talk about?
A bunch of nerds were stalking the face model for Spider-Man 2.
Oh my god, I heard
Stephanie
about that.
Jones.
So terrible.
Stephanie Tyler
God,
Jones. Not the VA, but she was used as the face model. Pretty lame, nerds. Do better. I feel bad for her. Apparently this has turned her off from any future model work, which is a bummer.
Dude.
Yeah, nerds.
I hate
do
Nerds
better.
are the worst.
I hate them.
That's all I got today. I don't know where I was going. That's all
I did have one more topic. We'll save it for the next time though, because we're bumping up to the ceiling right here. But Matt, where could the good people find us online if they wanted to find us online?
Everyone, as always, you can find us online at TFP Podcast. That is at TFP Podcast, an S at the end. As well, you can find us, that's where you can find us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find our website, thanksforplaying.live, or you can shoot us an email at thanksforplayingpod@gmail.com. Mickey, you okay over there, boss man?
What just happened?
I just read something.
Okay, what just happened?
Okay.
I just saw a meme that says, CJ Stroud, he's got such good touch. Deshaun Watson probably wants
Oh
a
my
massage from
god.
him.
I don't know if Matt gets that joke, but Jesus.
I know. Does he? What is Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson,
later.
quarterback for the Browns, that was accused of he was accused of going to
getting like sexual.
he was going to
stuff
massage
from
parlors.
a bunch
He was
of
going to
massage
massage
people.
parlors or getting massages
he's
at
getting
home,
happy
and then
endings.
he was like, inappropriate activity, to put it lightly.
And like 20.
Yeah, a lot of women.
came out.
Oh, Jesus
not just a
Christ.
few, and they
Wow.
were all like,
Yeah, it's not a handful.
it was a lot of people.
Damn.
So
All right. Bad guy.
yeah,
Continuing. Go to our Discord and the link tree on any of those, or check out our YouTube, which should be in our link tree as well. Posting a lot more content on there. This is coming out on Thursday. There should already be a Power World video on there for you to check out, a little preview of the game that we're super excited for. And as well, check out our streams on Twitch, YouTube, or pretty much someone from TFP will be streaming Monday through Thursday, pretty much, which is, pretty cool. Little variety streams for you. I'm going to be streaming some.
you doing Kingdom Hearts? Are you going back to the Kingdom Hearts playthrough, or are you?
No, I decided. I forgot. I don't actually like Kingdom Hearts 3. So
you played it for like 1 hour on stream.
Yeah, bro, it was bad.
Okay, I got to
was
redo
not
your
having
description
fun.
on the Twitch channel then.
I know. I noticed you put that. Maybe I'll pick. I don't know. If I might do Kingdom Hearts 2 with mods, that might actually be more fun. Gonna play through some Neon White, and we'll figure out what I'm gonna play after that. We got Lucas streaming some old school RuneScape, Mickey streaming League, and whatever else he feels like, and Chambers streaming Rocket League, the finals,
Lethal Company.
and many other things. Lethal Company.
Yeah, I stream just like a bunch of random shit.
It's a good time to come hang out. And as well, go check out on YouTube Work in Progress.
Work in Progress Media.
Work in Progress Media. I believe the YouTube channel is Work in Progress with 3 S's at the end, and then LO. We hopped on our good friend Brent's podcast for in about an hour last Friday. Super fun discussion. Kind of just discussed some of our hot takes. I again reiterated how Microsoft should buy Nintendo and how that is the best thing for everyone. Go listen to it. It was a fun episode to be on, and thank you again to Brent and Work in Progress Media for having us. All right, everyone. This has been. Thanks for playing. Catch you next time. Scooby-Doo-Bop!